Hey everybody, gifts, goodies, blessings. Jupiter is now in Cancer as of June 9th until June 30th, 2026. It's all about love, nurturing, happiness, harmony, our home, family, building better relationships, shoring up the foundation of our life, and feeling more emotionally connected with our desires. And when that happens, we manifest big things in our lives. We're going to dive in with the tarot and see what you need to know about this beautiful, bountiful transit of Jupiter in Cancer. So welcome to the channel, or welcome back. So awesome to see you here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull from a Good Fortune Oracle deck, which is very much in keeping with Jupiter energy because it's all about the gifts, goodies, blessings, and bounty and expansion potential. And it's always a potential. It's always a possibility with Jupiter. And Jupiter in Cancer is very much connected to our emotional well-being, the things that we can grow, being very fertile in whatever area of our chart Cancer resides. So what I would suggest you do is watch for your rising sign first and then your sun sign. Combine the two messages that resonate for you with both of those. And that's about as personal a reading you can get here on YouTube. And if you want to get a little deeper into the Jupiter and Cancer transit energies, I do have two blog posts on my website. I will link to those in the description of the video in case you want to dive a little deeper. Timestamps in the description of the video. Let's get into it. All right, Aries, so Jupiter is going to be transiting your fourth house of home, family, roots, what nourishes you and what feeds you, and the foundation of your life. So this is quite exciting. So it is about, building new structures in your life. And also with Saturn going through your sign right now, it will backtrack into Pisces in September, but that's, a story for another day. This really is about building for the long term. And it starts with this Jupiter in Cancer, and it will continue with Saturn in your sign starting February 14th, 2026 for good. But that's what this is about. Really looking at things you want to build that can grow deep roots in your life. It could be things about financial stability. It could be that you're going to root yourself in some sort of new locale, whether for business or home related or a combo. Definitely new homes or new additions to your home and family unit. All of those things are very strong possibilities. But you're going to think very seriously about what you commit to because of Saturn in your sign. Okay, so you're going to, because sometimes Jupiter can flood us with a lot of possibilities, and it can be like this cornucopia, but it doesn't mean that you have to say yes to everything. I think your strength here, Aries, is going to be being very selective in terms of what you commit to that Jupiter brings in for you. Okay, so let's see. Aries, let's get a message. Oh, luck. All right, number 19, luck. You are right to be strong and optimistic about the opportunities ahead. Yes, you are. And luck's going to come from something where you're planting a new seed and growing it deep in fertile soil. I mean, look at this green of the shamrock. So fertile fields for you, where you're going to build a new home, build a new business, build a new life. That's what this is about. Okay, and it's going to bring you luck to do it. Okay, so you're right to be strong and optimistic about the opportunities ahead. Let's see what you need to know, Aries. Bobo's sitting in the window now. He's supervising from his little perch over there. Aries, what you got? The Lovers. So there's going to be choices. Oh my gosh. And the Chariot. Wow. No, I'm getting chills. 8 of Coins in your heart. The Magician. And the Moon. Okay. Oh gosh. I am the chills right now, Aries. Okay. So this is what I feel. I mean, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss upcoming videos on the eclipses, which are coming in September. But I feel like there's an important manifestation timeline happening for you at the Virgo. Here's Virgo. New moon solar eclipse, September 21st, where you may be starting something really brand new that could lead to very exciting and worthwhile results, especially financially, with this 8 of coins in your heart. You're going to be building a whole new world for yourself. And we have the Cancer energy showing up here with the moon. So I feel this moon is more of a timing mechanism for September. But I also feel that this is also a signal that as long as you are confident, you are strong and optimistic, which is what this card is saying, any little doubts you have will just vanish into the mists. There is no reason to feel fearful or doubtful about a path that is truly aligned for you, that you are in charge of. That's the thing with this magician. There you are in your Aries red coat. Like, you are so excited, passionate, on fire with something you are initiating in this area of your life. And you're rolling up the shirt sleeves. This is the thing with the 8 of coins in your heart, the Virgo, to do the work and have the focus necessary to get the job done. But you are building upon a solid foundation, because that solid foundation is yourself. Okay? So this is excellent energy here. I was going to say something else about this, but now it just blipped out of my brain. Chariot, the lovers. So I feel we have time markers, June, July here. I feel like you could be making some important decisions to get your path aligned, to get like details, get the plan ironed out. I mean, yes, this is a year-long transit, of course, but I feel like the next 3 months in particular for you, through to September, end of September, are pivotal in what then is also going to manifest for you from October until next June, when this Jupiter in Cancer is finished. So you have some choices, and it's all about you being in command and control of those choices, and which direction do you want to pull your chariot. There is very strongly high possibility of a move for you. If that is something that you've been contemplating, that's been going on in your life, and I feel this month and next month, I am filming this June 13th, you're going to be making an important decision in the direction you're going to move in. You may actually move more towards September with this energy coming out. You could be moving for work because of the Virgo energy, which is your 6th house. You could be moving to start a new business somewhere else. You could also be maybe contemplating, well, which business do I want to start building for myself? That's very, 4th house is connected with our security. And you could be like figuring that out over the summer, and then you're getting to work and you're starting a brand new lucky manifestation cycle. The 4th house is also a very private house in astrology. It is about keeping a lot to yourself, the moon, like all these deep emotions, these different things, and not really broadcasting it or sharing it until the deed is done, until it's finished. You don't want other people's hopes and wishes and fears and all their garbage projected onto you, so that you start doubting your path and yourself. So I would say, anytime we're on the cusp of a major change, you have 3 major arcanas here. You have the lucky charm. When we're on the cusp of a major change, yes, it's only normal to have a few doubts and fears, but don't let them overshadow your strength and optimism, which is a classic Aries trait. So this is what I feel, because Jupiter in Cancer is going to be squaring Saturn in your sign. So there could be a little, well, I don't know, is this really right? A square is tension energy. Maybe it's going to take too much effort. Is this really legit? There's something here. There could be a little bit of a test of faith that you might be going through. And I'm saying that because of this moon card. But that's not something you're going to get stuck in. You are feeling the vibe of fresh change, new horizons, moving on, moving along, and starting, magician, something that is really pivotal and powerful with your skills and your talents. But it's very much about movement with the Chariot here, and not staying stuck where you are. So whether this pertains to home and family or business foundations, there's a lucky break coming to you. And this is the thing too with this magician, to have the power and confidence to know you can do it. You can take a new road ahead in your life. And this is the third house. You may not be moving far. You know, the Gemini lover's energy is connected with immediate neighborhood. Maybe you're moving to a couple towns over. You could be returning to a neighborhood you lived before, that type of thing. But make no mistake, if you are returning somewhere, which is possible, it could be a brand new horizon, but maybe you're returning to a place that's very comforting for you, where you want to reestablish roots. That's possible for some of you. This is a whole new you that's showing up, though. This is strong empowerment energy. You're making the decisions. You're making the moves. And I just want to say that if you're going back to a place that, you know, you've been wanting to go back to, know that it's not the same old Aries from before. You are showing up empowered, ready to jam, and call in new opportunities for yourself. So very, very nice. So Taurus, Jupiter transiting Cancer is your third house of writing, speaking, teaching, networking, sales. It's the house of your mind. It's the house of your immediate neighborhood, connections, siblings. So this is a great time to get involved in any of those things. If you want to write a book, start writing a book. If you want to start a podcast, start a podcast. If you want to start some sort of new craft, third house is also crafts, like doing things with your hands. This is the time to take advantage of opportunities for that. If you want to start teaching or learning new things, third house is all about that. If you want to have opportunities to reconnect with your siblings or, you know, have more time, family time with them, definitely Jupiter can bring opportunities for that. If you're in sales, Jupiter could bring you more sales, more contracts. This is a great opportunity for you to just really use your communication gifts to make things happen in your life. We have patience, number 24. Slow down, change your attitude, and clear your mind. Okay, wow. We're talking about your third house of the mind. So this is what I feel. We're going to pull some tarot, but what I feel is Jupiter is going to help you clear your mind from this isn't possible to this is possible. And things that have been heavy on your mind that you haven't been able to shift, like worries, doubts, fears, or maybe you've just been like bored, you know? I mean, that can be a heavy energy sometimes. You're just bored. You really kind of don't know what you want to do. Jupiter in Cancer is going to give a fresh spark of opportunities. Now, a transit doesn't necessarily make things happen. I mean, we have to take action too. I mean, Jupiter could bring a beautiful opportunity to your doorstep, but if you decide to just stay on the sofa like Bobby and hang out and watch TV all day, which is, he does like to do that, and he is a Taurus, then yeah, life is still going to continue watching squirrel videos on YouTube and sitting on your little cat tree. All right, so of course, change your attitude and clear your mind. So Jupiter's really going to help you do that. So let's see. There's a lot of opportunities that are ready to come in for you that can expand your mind, expand your connections, expand what is possible for you in new directions. So let's see. And also for some of you who are wanting to write, not everybody wants to, but if you want to, this is signaling that with commitment and patience and clearing your mind of, you know, I can't do this, or the internal critic, we all have those, you know, scripts that run. By the end of this transit, you could have the first draft of a book manuscript finished. It's very possible. So this is very good energies. All right, let's see what you need to know. And you are a very patient sign, like you're willing to put in the hard work over time. Okay, so we have a 3 of Swords. And we have a 5 of Swords. So we have blockage energy. And it's mental. It's the Swords. And the Capricorn. But here's the beautiful Page of Cups. And there's your energy. So what these cards are asking for is for you to, it's always about working and using the energies. Working with and using the energies. So What this is saying to me is, look where you perhaps are still giving into fears, or you're giving into old patterns and habits, old attachments that are toxic and not good for you. Now, this could be literal relationships, people, places. It could be things you do that are not healthy. And we all have things like that. I mean, I'm not calling out Taurus in particular, but, just this heaviness energy. This Five of Swords can be your own kind of, mental stress that you're putting on yourself. And then the Three of Swords for me can be a blockage in this instance, but it could be a blockage and a lack of confidence to do something because maybe there were criticisms, Five of Swords next to it, before from a toxic person. Like, especially if, you want to do something creatively, like write, or something else. Maybe you want to start a handicrafts business, or you want to, start a career in sales or teaching, but there have been criticisms from a toxic person in your life. Well, you're too shy. You can't do any of that. You can't stand in front of a group of people and talk. And, so it's like all that negative energy that is not yours. It's been put on you by whatever this association is in your life. And it's caused pain, and it's kept you stuck. And it's caused stress as well. This Five of Swords, lots of mental stress. So this Jupiter in Cancer can help you start to see possibilities. It can help you start to alleviate mental stress as long as you have an open mind and heart. The Page of Cups, which is our Pisces energy. But it's interesting, we're talking about Cancer, water sign. So Pisces energy is your 11th house of hopes and wishes and dreams. So what would you like to pursue that would make you feel happy? That would give a whole fresh new perspective to your mindset. This could be something you want to learn. Maybe you want to learn astrology, or you want to learn calligraphy, or some other artsy thing. It's very Pisces. So it could be, maybe you want to take a dance class, whatever it might be. You want to learn a musical instrument. But there's something here about making a commitment. And it could be that you need a formal commitment. Again, could be, it's a general reading. It could be something where you need a time and a place to show up. Classes, there's so many classes at community colleges that are not expensive. There are free things on Open University online. There's all sorts of things that are low cost or free for you to learn things that you're interested in that will get you out of this mental funk and start kind of lighting up your heart space and your mind space to expand your mind and clear your mind that, yes, there's lots of expansive possibilities out there for me. So I think you're gonna discover something during this Jupiter and Cancer transit that might become a new commitment in your life. So like I said, you could be writing a book. You could be starting to sell something, whether stuff you're making, or you start a career in sales. You could start a teaching career. You could start becoming a lifelong learner, learning new stuff. Networking, maybe you're going to start really connecting with other people who are just as committed as you are, maybe with social causes or with art type related activities, that type of thing. So this is fantastic. But this also with the Page of Cups is a little bit about surprise. Just let yourself have a little exploration. That's also very Jupiter, which is about travel, exploration, just like, let's see what happens. So try a few things first and see how you feel about them before you commit. But I think there's going to be an interesting new commitment in your life that's going to really help get you out of maybe a mental funk and start getting into something that could be really potentially life-changing for you. Beautiful. Gemini, you have Jupiter going through your second house of Show Me the Money. Well, there should be some new financial opportunities for you at some point over the next year. Remember though, Jupiter transit or any transit doesn't guarantee anything. It is about us, of course, recognizing opportunity and taking advantage of it when we see it. And remember too, that the second house is also about self-worth and self-esteem. So it's also about feeling worthy to receive the abundance and the opportunities that Jupiter can bring in. That is a very important piece of the manifestation puzzle. All right, so let's see what you need to know about this, Gemini. All right, let's pull from this beautiful oracle deck. But in your money zone, there could be interesting things. But also, when with Jupiter is a lot about expansion. The one thing I will caution, because that's my Capricorn nature, is to don't count your chickens before they're hatched. Make sure whatever you're wanting, you have the bird in the hand, that it's signed, sealed, delivered before you do anything. Before you tell other people, before you spend money. Like, you may think money's coming in because Jupiter started something, and then what if there's a delay, or what if there's something else that comes in? Just make sure, okay, that everything is signed, sealed, delivered before you spend money or tell people. Okay? All right. Let's see. I want one Gemini. Woo! That flew out of the deck. Moon, number 21. Interesting. Pay attention to your intuition at this time and move ahead confidently. Okay. And so that's what's interesting too, because we're getting the moon card and Cancer rules the moon. So I will say this. You really need to feel it in your intuitive field, your intuitive body, however you get your intuitive information. Your gut will know. Your gut will know if this is a right opportunity for you to invest or expand into. Because maybe there's a business opportunity that comes in. Will you need to fork up some money in order to start it? Like, as an example, make sure you really feel emotionally aligned and on board with that. Make sure you're checking in with your emotional state. Are you doing something out of fear, or are you doing it out of confidence and clarity? So, like I said, Jupiter can bring this cornucopia of abundant opportunity, but one opportunity may be much better than another. So just use your emotional and intuitive discernment. And if something doesn't feel right, don't do it until you get that emotional clarity. And also, because we have an emotional energy coming up here, beware of your own emotional tides and cycles when it comes to spending money, especially because, yes, Jupiter can bring money in, but will Jupiter also make money go out if you're not prudent and careful? It could. I'm not saying it will, but that's usually more Mars when it transits the second house. But okay, so that's just some common sense advice with Jupiter in the second house. But this is very good. But it says pay attention to your intuition and move ahead confidently. And it's interesting, we're getting the number 21 here. The solstice this year is actually on the 20th, but it's a very good number. So the 21st of this month, but also the upcoming months, may be important for you as well. All right. Wow. Look. Excuse me. What the heck is going on with my digestion? We have the Queen of Cups. I'm talking about Cancer of the stomach, right? You get digestive issues. All right. The Queen of Cups here. Cancer energy, but more energy of water with the Pisces hangman here. But this is telling us a very instructive situation here, which is what I was just saying. It's affirming what I just said, which is wait until you have that intuition and emotional clarity before you do anything. Okay? Because you're ready to do something. Ace of Wands in your heart. The High Priestess, another card of intuition. Gemini, this is so strong for you. And the Four of Coins. So, wow. Okay. So Four of Coins, classic Taurus energy, and it is about holding on to what you have. So Jupiter in Cancer transit in your second house of money can be bringing opportunities for you to manifest more money, but you also want to hold on to and save and invest a portion of it. Now, I am not an investment advisor. You talk to somebody who is. This is not financial advice. This is just what the cards are saying. But you have to balance the emotional appeal of just impulsively, Ace of Wands perhaps, starting something or spending money or investing in things that maybe will be a flash in the pan, but they could also grow too. So you're going to need to use that emotional discernment, as I was saying, this because you don't want, let's just say as an example, an emotional bounty comes in. Well, I mean, a financial bounty. It could be emotional too. A financial bounty. So let's say Jupiter gifts you, let's just say Jupiter gifts you $5,000. Like you win something on a scratch off, or you get an income tax refund you weren't expecting. And let's just work with the $5,000. You might want to save 4,000 of it. With that 4 coins, you take the other 1,000 and then you invest that in the seed idea or the thing you really want to, work on for your future. Or something that just you want to buy yourself that makes you feel good and makes you feel happy, or you want to take a trip, or whatever it might be, something that you've been really wanting to start in your life with that Ace of Wands. So that's what I would say. Why can't I talk during this reading? We're getting multiple intuitive and emotional indicators here. So when energy repeats like this is a very in-your-face, strong message. And, I don't tell people what to do. I don't like being told what to do. So I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying this is what the tarot is kind of suggesting, is to make sure that you have some sort of plan to hold on to any extra money that comes in for you. And that you take your time to feel into what you really want to do with that. Whether it's opportunities to work overtime, you get some extra money, income tax refunds, as I was saying, or some other gift or bounty or thing that comes in. Okay, so just keep all of that in mind is what I would say. And especially too, many of us have not many of us, but some of us have worked through or have been dealing with emotional triggers when it comes to money and when it comes to feeling deserving and those types of things. And, sometimes when you see stories of people like who come into money and then they blow it a year or two later or something, it's like, why didn't they hold on to it? Why didn't they invest it? Or what did they do? Because maybe they were working with some fear programming, and maybe they were still working on self-esteem stuff. They didn't feel they deserved it. Money, their nervous system didn't feel safe with the money. So there may be things like that. Again, I don't know you personally, but this is something to look at if you feel this resonates, to look at that so that if there are gifts and goodies from Jupiter, that your nervous system feels more comfortable holding on to them rather than just immediately spending or wasting them in ways that later you're like, why did I do that? Cancers, Jupiter is in your first house of your physical body, your identity. So Jupiter transiting here can really bring you opportunities for personal growth. But you want to make sure it's not personal growth with, maybe your waistline. Okay, like when Jupiter, this is just a classic issue. When Jupiter goes in the first house of the body, there can be a tendency to put on weight. So once you reach a certain age in life, that's just a tendency anyway. But just keep an eye on that. Just keep an eye on that if that's something that, impacts you. But this is really a time for you to expand what you think is possible for yourself, to try on different identities. Like maybe you want to try on some new clothes, have a makeover, expand your vision of what's possible for you. Maybe you want to learn new things. I mean, this is a major personal growth transit, but it has a lot to do with your identity and your well-being as well, because Jupiter does rule your 6th house of work and well-being. So you may be looking at ways that you can, take care of yourself better, feel better, look better, all those things. You could also be in pursuit of some sort of new job, or volunteer activity, or, something you do every day as part of your daily life that feels more aligned with your energy in some way, that's helping you step into a new identity. So all of this is possible. Jupiter provides the opportunities, the open doors, but then we have to walk through the doors, or through the doorway, not the door. Oh, let's see what we have here. We have number 34, unity, a time of divine understanding, renewal, peace, and hope. You radiate and attract great love. Yes. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to have a romance if you don't want one. Okay. But this is, it's possible. If you want a romance, Jupiter transiting your first house is a great time. It can happen. But also what this is saying, this is really the thing. Feeling more unified, more in union with yourself and your desires and what you want. And as it says here, time of divine understanding, renewal, peace, and hope. All of those beautiful adjectives for your life. Renewal. This is the thing. Okay, so let's see what you need to know. Cancer. Renewal, peace, and hope. The Magician. It's all up to you. And the Strength. Wow. And there's our Leo second house for you. So, wow, this is beautiful. Confidence, because you're moving on. 8 of Cups. You're leaving something behind. High Priestess, because you know it's time to do that. And the Page of Coins. Okay. There's going to be a lot of personal growth with this Page of Coins. There's going to be a lot of learning, studying. You could also be starting to study something in the psychic arts, in the intuitive arts, or also something that you just do privately, like writing or some other art pursuit or so, something like that. It's not for public consumption. It's for your own personal consumption, for your own learning, spiritual growth, that type of thing. So some of you may be starting something like that. Others of you, the renewal, peace, and hope is coming because you are leaving something behind. Maybe you're going to be receiving some sort of offer, financial offer, a work opportunity. It's possible. As I said, Jupiter rules your 6th house of work and well-being. You could be moving along and manifesting, more money because you are going to be changing up your job in some way if you have one. Or if you're looking for one. So with the Magician here and the Strength card, it's going to be something that really taps into your power and strength in a way that maybe you haven't tapped into before. But this is about renewing. And the thing is, you may also be returning, going back to, it's possible, something that you did before that you're very good at, but maybe you haven't done it in a while. That's another possibility here, but you enjoy it. So it could be something like that. But this 8 of Cups in your heart, this is very interesting because this is a lot about, with the cup energy and the moon, very much a Cancer energy that's showing up here. It really is about, this particular chapter of my life is finished. It's time to move on for new goals, new chapters, new destinies. And, I have the emotional awareness. That's also 8 of Cups. I have the emotional awareness to do that. Both of these, Priestess and the 8 of Cups. I know that it is past my time to leave something behind. And I am more than capable and strong enough to do so. And I welcome whatever new opportunity I'm going to hold in my hand to plant a new seed and grow, especially my finances, my self-worth, my self-esteem, and possibly something new I'm going to be doing every day. That's 6th house, Sag, for you. Doing every day for work or personal fulfillment. If you're not working, if you're retired, something new you're going to do for personal fulfillment. So this is great. This is excellent energy here for you. This is really, it can be a very powerful transit when Jupiter is in our sign. Again, nothing's ever guaranteed, and we have to consider our own personal charts and, whatever else is going on in the sky. But especially for you, Jupiter is squaring Saturn in this first little bit here of entering your sign, because Saturn has just entered Aries, so there's a square there, and Aries is your 10th house of career. So there could be energies coming up, especially June and July, maybe even into August, it's possible, where you're like, I don't know. Like, I feel the pressure to make certain changes because whatever I've been maybe doing in public or for my career or how the public is seeing me is not how I feel anymore. Like, I don't want to be doing this anymore. I want a different identity, a different role, a different level or layer of visibility. So all of that is coming up maybe right now for you, but it ties in with what we were just looking at. So Leos, Jupiter is transiting Cancer, which is your 12th house of karmic wrap-ups, things hidden behind the scenes. Jupiter is very much, can be a kind of guardian angel energy that is kind of the wind beneath your wings or protecting you over the next year. And protecting you especially in making end of chapter karmic changes in your life, wrapping things up in your life. So it can help with synchronicities and divine timings for you to do that. Jupiter, of course, rules your 5th house, Sagittarius, which is about, taking risks, taking a leap of faith. So especially creatively, or starting your own business or things like that. But what I would say, the thing that's most important, I would say, with this transit is to, of course, listen to your intuition, of course, but also, more importantly, pay attention to synchronicities and divine timings, and even signs you're kind of getting from spirit, and to regularly ask your angels and your spirit guides, the universe, etc., for signs and symbols you will recognize to help you tune in with timings and what to do, which way to go, to help you make decisions, those types of things. So that's what I feel. It can also help you release any type of limiting beliefs and baggages that you're carrying around. And really help you also, if you're interested in pursuing spiritual studies, it can help you do that as well with this transit. All right, so let's see what we have for you. Leos. Ooh, we have the unicorn. Love it. Number 33. Success, hope, freedom, healing, and magic are all available to you if you just believe. That is such a 12th house message. So, as I said, shifting limiting beliefs, letting go of this cannot be done, etc. And also the unicorn's interesting because, of course, that is something unique and special. And you have to believe it exists in order to see it, right? It's not, I'll believe it when I see it. It's, I'll believe it and then I'll see it, right? So that is interesting. But the unicorn, too, could be you tapping into unique gifts and talents that you have, and with divine timing and synchronicity, and not being afraid or holding back to share them with the world. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Very interesting. Leos. Let's see what you need to know. Seven of Wands. And the Eight of Coins. Five of Cups in your heart. Seven of Cups. And the Eight of Cups. Well, that is an interesting progression of energies. So 2 sevens here. Seven of Wands. Seven of Cups. This is what I feel. I feel like some of you have given up on a dream. Some of you were just like, you know what? Forget it. Never going to happen. Or given up on some other emotional priority you have in your life. You're just like, you know, and you've tried to just come to terms with it. Five of Cups. And I think some of you perhaps are burying yourself in work with the Seven of Wands, Eight of Coins. I feel like there's something going on here of trying to emotionally escape from feeling this Seven of Wands energy of trying to navigate through loss and disappointment. But at the same time, why did you give up on it? And have you given up on yourself? So remember, this is a general reading. I'm just here to ask questions. So we have the Eight of Coins, which is burying yourself in work. And there could be something here too, because this is your Virgo, second house of self-worth, self-esteem, and of course, money. It could be that you have just been focusing your efforts on finances and work. And there's nothing wrong with that, of course not. But more as a means to escape uncomfortable feelings about something that didn't work out. So 12th house, again, can be the house of self-undoing. It can be that, you know, you maybe are trying to run away, Five of Cups, Seven of Cups, Eight of Cups, from focusing and believing in your dreams and your self-worth, and instead using outward things to distract yourself. But the feelings are still there, Seven of Wands, which is why we have the Seven of Wands and the Seven of Cups in this reading. You can't just navigate your way through that. Like, you've got to confront it. You can't just more like distract yourself from it, is what I feel. So I think you're going to reach an emotional turning point, maybe around your birthday, end of July into August, where you may be looking at some of this and saying, you know, there's more to my life. There's more I want. And I'm going to start believing in my dreams again. I'm going to start believing that I can have what I want. Yeah, maybe we can't always have everything. Of course not, right? I mean, that's my Capricorn practical talking. But okay, maybe this didn't work out over here. Well, maybe this one will. But you basically shut the whole thing down. You're like, I'm not going to believe in any of it. But you probably still do a tiny bit, which is why we have the cognitive dissonance. It's like you believe it, but you also don't believe it. Okay? So I feel like you are going to step into around your birthday and reclaim your dreams again. And instead of just the focus on the work, whatever, you're going to focus on believing in your dreams. So I hope this is making sense. It's not that you're going to give up work or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, you're not going to use work as an escape. You're going to come back to something or switch the lens a little bit to something else over here, but still something on your bucket list of dreams that, you know, you want to do. And you're going to go get it. I feel like there's a period of stagnancy when work was just everything that you're going to be moving on from. Emotionally, there's something here you want more: emotional growth, connection, satisfaction, joy. And it's about following and finding your bliss and your dreams. And that is Jupiter in the 12th house. But again, Jupiter doesn't just magically make things happen. There's something here for you to use the energies and work through and acknowledge. And you could see beautiful new things manifesting for yourself. Virgo, Jupiter in Cancer is your 11th house of hopes and wishes and dreams, personal gains, networks, connections. So friendships, this could be a very interesting transit to bring in opportunities in those areas. There could be opportunities for some sort of gain of finances. There could be a wish coming true or an opportunity to make a wish come true. A new important friend could be coming in your life that could be a good teacher or mentor. That's very much Jupiterian energy. So let's see, Virgos, what you need to know. Ooh, the star. Ooh, beautiful. Hard times are over. Look forward to an abundance of happiness, enthusiasm, and positivity. So following some sort of destiny, you know, the star card for me is always about some sort of north star of destiny that you are following, a new path ahead. And this could be major dream and wish coming true for you, because you're going to change and do something different. You're going to follow a new path, which is fitting with the South Node also in your sign right now, of releasing something to do something much better for yourself. So look forward to an abundance of happiness, enthusiasm, and positivity. And you will get that also from your connections with other people. And especially with the South Node going through your sign, there can be the letting go or severance of certain relationships in your life because they aren't making you feel joyful. And you're going to feel that with Jupiter going through that 11th house of friendships. You're going to be like, what is this depressing friend episode? I didn't sign up to be your therapist. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can be something like that, or just somebody's very toxic, or maybe sometimes it's really just the energies and the paths are going like this. But this also can be, you're going to have new, more divinely aligned and healing relationships in your life with the star card. But Jupiter is a lot about joy. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you want people in your life who are going to lift you up. And of course, you lift them up as well. Yeah, here we have joy, and the sun card comes out. And hello. Page of Wands. There's a travel coming for you. Hierophant. Yep, there's your 9th house of travel. Yeah, probably I would say let me think. Where are we now? Maybe Sagittarius season, so at the end of the year, but also next spring, next April. There's likely to be a travel for you. I mean, it could be this summer too. I mean, we have the sun, we have the Leo. So this is what I would say. It could be July, August, but then in the spring, it could be April, May that's showing up over here. Okay. All within the window of Jupiter in Cancer. So you could be traveling for one thing, for a home or family reunion, something, or a friend's wedding or something like that with the Four of Wands, or some other like college graduation of like your grandkid or something like that. But also you're going to be traveling for pleasure and or a creative pursuit. So it could be something like, you know, I'm going to go to the south of France, Chariot and the Sun card. I'm going to go to Provence and be in the sunshine. And while I'm there, I'm going to do some creative activities. I am going to learn how to make lavender soap, and I am going to take en plein air with my little easel and my watercolors and paint the lavender fields. You get my point. There's something of immense pleasure and joy and reinvigoration of energy. That's all 11th house. But the Taurus energy here is your 9th house of expansion. So and I would say use the astrology, the divine timing with the astrology, because the star card is coming out here also. Page of Wands in your heart, which is about travel as well, starting to save money for travel, maybe booking a ticket now if you can get something really low cost, you know, for next spring as an example. Sometimes if you book really far ahead, you can get great deals, whatever the case may be. But this is gorgeous. You're also going to benefit from getting out of a comfort zone, traveling a little bit, for your work. Okay, if you're working with this Sun and Chariot, you could be traveling to receive some sort of honor. 11th house is like conferences, it's networking. You could even meet a powerful mentor or person who could open a big door for you in your career, simply because you got out of the house and you showed up to some sort of networking event. You wouldn't have met that person otherwise. So there's something like that. Now, you don't have to travel the world to do that. It could be a couple towns over, but yeah, you could be internationally traveling. That's possible here. But your heart is willing, Virgo. I mean, the Page of Wands in your heart, like you are ready to explore, get out there, meet, greet, start new things. Hierophant, very nice. I think there's a wedding. There's a wedding coming. Maybe it's your own wedding. I don't know. Any Virgos out there getting married next spring? Let me know in the comments. Would love to hear. But this is also, if we just look at the Hierophant as a commitment, it is a commitment to your own joy and happiness. We have two cards of joy here. We have the Four of Wands and the Sun card. So, and with the Chariot, it's like you're in charge of moving toward your own joy. You're in charge of manifesting your hopes and wishes and dreams. 11th house, like Jupiter will help you and say, here's an opportunity. Do you want to try this? And you can say yes or no. It's up to you. And take the action and move the car down the road, so to speak, with the Chariot. Gorgeous. These are gorgeous energies here for you. So the thing to pay attention to is the South Node going through your sign, which is helping you eliminate that which has been a block, an obstruction. It's past its sell by date, whatever it is, energy that could be a subtle blockage to doing these things. So it really can be about getting out of past identities, of what you feel you deserve, and really stepping into things can be of flow and ease and joy. It doesn't always have to be hard. You don't always have to have everything planned out ahead of time. If you go in the flow, if you feel like this fits you, it's bringing joy and lightness, why not give it a go? Chariot. Why not see where that road takes you? Very, very nice. That's how you're going to bring personal gains into your life. Libras, Jupiter is going through Cancer, your 10th house of career. It's also how you show up in public, the public's perception of you. Jupiter, of course, could be opening new career doors for you, especially when it comes to expansion, when it comes to travel, when it comes to writing, when it comes to performing, publicity, like kind of getting out there, politics, social work, academia, like all of those types of things. So it really is, of course, Cancer is an energy about listening to your intuition and feeling really emotionally aligned with what you're doing. So that is very, very important for you. And I would say, like, whatever opportunities come in, Do they feed your need for harmony and balance and beauty and aesthetics? And are you feeling valued? This is the other thing, for your unique gifts and talents. So let's see. It's not just about the money with you. Yes, you're ruled by Venus, of course. But it's also about, like, how is everything making you feel career-wise or being in the public? Are you getting the bouquets, the awards, the kudos? It's Venus, right? Like, are you getting the feel-good things? Yeah, you want the money in the bank too, of course. Who doesn't? Okay, but you know what I'm saying. All right, so let's see what we need to know for you. Libras. We have love. There's your energy. Number 17, love surrounds all your connections. Move forward positively in all areas of your life. So remember, everything's a metaphor with these cards. It is a general reading. But what I would say here is Jupiter could bring you an opportunity for your career that you will love. It doesn't mean you have to leave your current job. It could be something you're doing at your current job, and they offer you an opportunity to travel and go somewhere new, and you're going to love it. It could be they assign you to a project you haven't done before, and you love it. If you're self-employed, you could be finding a new product or service or new clients you're working for that you're absolutely going to adore, and they're going to adore you. It's like that type of thing. You could be receiving a lot of love, gifts, kudos, blessings, goodies from the people that you share your talents with in the world, career-wise. This is excellent. This is beautiful. But that is the Jupiter energy. All right, so let's see. I'm just reading, there's script writing on here. I've never noticed this before. Oh, there's a Shakespeare poem on here. Thou art more lovely and temperate than a summer's day. That's one of his sonnets. Interesting. All right, let's see. Libras. There you are, Queen of Swords. And there's the Five of Swords. In your heart is fellow Venus energy or Venus energy, Taurus. I'm saying this because I was thinking Shakespeare was a Taurus, which is also, you and Taurus ruled by Venus. So very interesting. Empress, Eight of Wands, and the Tower. Okay. So there's going to be some unexpected opportunities that are going to be flying into your life during this transit. And there could really be a mind-blowing success. That's also with this Tower. The Empress is in your heart, which means that you're sitting pretty. You're sitting pretty, and there could be some beautiful financial rewards that are coming. But it's also because it's in your heart. It's about you not settling for less. It's about you tapping into your Venus qualities, your best Libra energies, to bring about the love and connections that nurture you, and how you nurture others. Because it's Cancer. Cancer is about nurturing. It's your 10th house. So, and the nurturing mother, Empress energy, is in your heart. You build your empire, your career empire, in the year ahead through the way you nurture whoever is in your career world. And you literally don't have, it doesn't mean you sit there and listen to their problems or bake them a cake. We don't mean that. Okay. What we mean is that you allow your energy and your gifts and your talents to be shared and to be helpful and to be of service in a career way. And you come with this beautiful confidence, this Empress, and lots of creativity and joy to be doing it. All this love, this is what I'm saying. So this really is also time for you to make some decisions. I would say by your birthday, Queen of Swords, Five of Swords here, that if you're not feeling the love vibe, which you may not be with this energy coming out first, you could be like, I'm very conflicted. I'm a little stressed out. I'm a little depressed. Five of Swords. Like, I have mental anxiety because maybe I'm in something that's too stressful right now. It's not aligned for me. It's not allowing me to bring my best self and energy forward. It might pay okay, and maybe it pays you great. I mean, I don't know. But it's not satisfying you, and it's not tapping into the gifts and talents and energies that you have. It could be something like that, or it's just too darn stressful. Or it could just be you're ready for a change. You know, the Tower. I would say, you know, August is going to start lots of things popping off and popping in. And you may be very surprised at your reaction to that. You may be like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to start exploring these opportunities. I'm ready. I do need a change. And you could see, it's like once you make that decision, Queen of Swords, Five of Swords, you know, you make that decision, and then suddenly the floodgates open. Eight of Wands. All these things start popping in because you're allowing them into your field. You're allowing them into your energy. And then you could surprise everyone, including yourself, by choosing an entirely new situation with your career. You could move abroad. You could go back to school and study something brand new. You could take a promotion or go for a promotion nobody thought you would go for because it's just going to be something you're creatively drawn to. Whatever it might be, okay? So, very interesting. Yes, this is your energy, Queen of Swords, but this is the more cerebral, more like let's do a pro and con list and analyze everything type energy. Whereas this is also your energy, the Empress, but this is much more about trust and flow and beauty and harmony and creativity. This is much more of being in, you know, the energetic heart space. This is the energetic head space. And I think you're really wanting, Libra, with the hearts showing up, to be much more aligned with your energetic heart space in moving forward with career decisions and choices and opportunities that you're going to take advantage of in the upcoming transit or the current transit of Jupiter in Cancer, your 10th house of career. Scorpio, Jupiter in Cancer, your 9th house of travel, adventure, expansion, learning new things, exploring new vistas, having success with publishing, writing, academia, international business, international travel, politics, the law. I mean, my goodness, so many beautiful energies here waiting for you to step into something that takes you out of a comfort zone and puts you somewhere else, literally and or figuratively. So this is also the planet, or excuse me, the house of spirituality. So there could be new spiritual studies. Jupiter's a lot about teaching and learning. Spiritual studies you might be undertaking. Jupiter rules your 2nd house of money also. So it can be that you're going to expand your connections, 9th house, possibly worldwide, or through the means of the internet or internet business so that you can grow your income. If you ever wanted to start an internet business, a business online, this is the time for you with this transit. All right, let's see what you need to know, Scorpio. We have wish number 35. Beautiful. Your heart's desire is ready to come true. Oh my God, that's so gorgeous. Okay. So 9th house is a lot about spiritual belief. Are you going to wish on a star and really believe it? Or are you going to have that Scorpio a little bit of, analytical skepticism? Nah, I don't know. Okay. So something to keep in mind. But your heart's desire is ready to come true. But it'll happen with you taking, I think, a leap of faith. Maybe even jumping before you think you're totally ready. As long as it feels right with your intuition, in your body, you'll be fine. You may think, oh, I'm not ready, I'm not ready. If your wish is coming and ready to come, and it feels right, then you know you can say yes. 6 of coins. The 7 of coins. This is the skepticism. That's what I'm saying. You're like, I don't know. Is this offer legit? I don't know. But hey, our Scorpio skepticism has saved us from a lot of situations. So it's not a bad thing. See? 3 of Swords in your heart. 10 of Wands. But the Chariot. Okay, wow. Okay, so Scorpio darlings, your wish Your heart's desire is ready to come true. Your wish is ready to come true. But let's just face facts. You have been disappointed. Three of Swords. You're maybe still nursing a hurt or some situation that happened about 3 years ago. So at some point in 2022, there was a situation that went down that was very upsetting. You are coming to the end of that upsetness. 10 of Wands, 3 of Swords, but it's still lingering a little bit. And thus, it makes you doubt. I mean, Scorpio takes a long time, especially Scorpio moons. They take a long time to get over disappointment, heartache, heartbreak, grief, all the things. You've been carrying something since 2022 that's been very heavy on your heart. It may also have been literally heavy on your spirit, on your energy field. You've just been weighed down by it. But here comes the universe, 6 of Coins. There is a gift coming. And it's the Libra energy, which is interesting, okay? Because, the scales, the 6 of Coins. So it could be a timing of Libra season. So maybe end of September into October, right before your birthday. There could be something coming in that Jupiter is bringing, but then you're like this. Whoops, there you are, leaning on your hoe. There you are. And you're like, I don't know. Is it all it's cracked up to be? Is it any good? Is it worthwhile? Should I do this? All the Scorpio analysis stuff. It's not just Virgos who have analysis paralysis. It can also be Scorpio energies. Just saying. The back and forth. But you're going to decide. The Chariot. I think you're going to go for something amazing. This Chariot. You're going to get yourself on a new path. There could be 2 things coming in you're going to kind of choose between for this wish. It's very possible. And this is the Cancer energy. So it could be a travel. It could be getting yourself entirely going on a new path, a new direction in some way. Just getting out of some sort of rut and comfort zone that you have been in regards to whatever this wish is. This is like the feeling of the release, of the finally being able to let something go, to be done with it. And Scorpio energy, as I said, sometimes they just carry things as long as they need to carry them. And then Scorpio one day can just wake up and be like, yeah, I'm done with that. And you are done. So I think it's very interesting. But you're still working through something, but you are going to be coming out like blazing saddles here with this Chariot and moving forward very fast on something that is a wish come true. Whatever this 9th house represents for you. And there could be a trip involved. There could be a trip where you're having an interview for like a business opportunity where you could relocate abroad. There could be just a pleasure trip that makes you see life from a new spiritual and philosophical perspective, like maybe a spiritual retreat or something like that. And that helps you figure things out and you move forward in a new direction. There can just be something new you're deciding that you're going to do. Because 9th house is a lot about spiritual growth learning. You're just like, you know what? I'm just going to start doing this because I've always been interested in it. And it just takes you in a surprising new direction and it lifts your spirits. So, but some of you are really ready for a grand adventure. And Jupiter can deliver the opportunity for that. But again, it's up to you to take it. And say, yeah, here I am. Let's go. So, you're ready to bust out of whatever heaviness and blockage this energy represents. I mean, of course, look at the situation and see if it fits. But I would say don't get too stuck in the 7 of Coins here. Sagittarius, your ruling planet, Jupiter, is now in your 8th house of transformation, of other people's money, inheritances, income tax refunds, remortgaging, mortgages, financing, investments, sex, death, taxes, transformation, physical, mental, emotional changes. But it is about bringing opportunities in these areas. Of course, the 8th house is a deep house. It is about the deeper issues or more intense issues of life. But Jupiter brings opportunities for healing, for growth, and expansion. And it's especially important because it's your planet. All right, so let's see what you need to know. Sagittarius. Ooh, oh, okay. We have marriage. And remember, everything's a metaphor. Number 20, you are attracting emotional fulfillment and unconditional love. Okay, so there could be the marriage, again, a metaphor of you and another person, because 8th house is other people's resources. So you and another person, this other person could be a bank. It could be an entity like a bank. It could be an investor. It could be a financial advisor, whatever it might be. It could be you and somebody else you're going to go into business with. There could be a new business opportunity for you. 8th house is other people's money, like I said. So this can, to me, how I interpret that is also people who pay you, who's putting a direct deposit in your bank account every month. It could be clients, but also could be your employer. So there could be a brand new employer. There could be a new opportunity to lead a team or, strike some sort of deal. This is very interesting. You could be joining your forces with other people. But it's also bringing emotional fulfillment. It's goodwill. This is the thing, the unconditional love, as it's saying in this card. Like, this is good. This is like a 2 of Cups energy. This is what I'm feeling, where the vibe is there, where both people are meeting together on the same page, and it's a mutual win-win. That's the energy I'm getting, but it's deeply transformational because it's the 8th house. And Jupiter energy can classically bring in a mentor figure, somebody who's very kind and generous and who wants to help you, no strings attached. So it could even be an energy like that who's going to help you accomplish something important, near and dear and transformational to your heart over the next year. They may leave after that. They may just come in to help you over the next year to get something like that done. They're not meant to be a permanent fixture in your life. That is possible with that. So I like to give different scenarios of how something may play out, but please remember this is a general reading. Everybody's situation is a little different, but those are the energetic possibilities here with this card. Very interesting. But you know what? It could also be a literal marriage. It could be. Jupiter can represent, at least in a female's chart, the husband. So yes, some of you, depending, again, if it's your personal situation and it fits, there could be a marriage. The Lovers, there's your 7th house. And people, there could be a marriage. 8 of Wands. Ace of Pentacles, there's the diamond ring in your heart. The Temperance, there you are. And wow, and the marriage contract, the Justice. Oh my goodness, look at these major arcanas. 4 out of 5 cards. This is going to be a significant transit for you. And Cancer is the sign of family and home and relationships anyway. So I'm just going to say this. You need to be careful of who you get in bed with over the next year. And I mean that literally. Because Jupiter in Cancer can bring unexpected pregnancies. And I also mean that figuratively in terms of business deals and stuff. Because that's what we have here. And as I explained before, contracts, commitments. Like, make sure that it is the energy of the 2 of Cups. As I was saying with this marriage card, that everybody's on the same page. You see eye to eye. It's benevolent energy, which it is here. Nothing's bad here. But if you get the hint with your intuition that something is a little 7 of Swordsy and there's somebody's trying to hide something, then do not go forward with the deal. Okay? So we have the Lovers here. This is you joining forces with another person, whether business or personal. We have the 8 showing up, 8 of Wands. That is our Leo, which is your 9th house of expansion. We are talking about your 8th house. You bring deep transformational and expansion, growth and change for yourself in the year ahead by exploring different opportunities. 8 of Wands. Like, yeah, there may be one in particular like you kind of like, but keep your options open a little bit. Like, explore. At least through Leo's season with the 8 of Wands showing up. So, like, let's say you meet somebody. Let's say this is about dating. You meet somebody over the next week or 2 or something like that. And you kind of start seeing them. Like, also see other people. Like, don't just be like, okay, that's it, My advice would be just really see and explore options, whether business or personal. There will be a commitment. The Ace of Coins is in your heart. I would say this is probably going to come more in either Virgo season or Capricorn season. I don't think it's going to take all the way till Taurus season of 2026. I don't think so. There will be some sort of commitment, or you'll at least know in your heart that's where it's heading. But I think for probably the majority of you, the commitment is going to come either Libra or your birthday season, okay? Or possibly Capricorn. I would say more your birthday or Capricorn season. And then we have the contract. So again, business deal, like you know you're going to end up with this person and maybe marry them or move in with them. It's like that type of thing. But we have some sort of life-changing, new beginning opportunity for you with your temperance and your justice here. There is something legal about it. So there will be some sort of legal paperwork. You know, marriage is a legal contract after all. Everyone's like, oh, it's just romantic. No, there's also a lot of legal paperwork. So, but this is very nice. And, you know, this could also be related to something with your home or your real estate situation. Like maybe you want a better apartment. Maybe you want to buy another house or sell the one you have or whatever might be going on here. You know, maybe explore a couple of different options before you settle on one thing, like tour a couple of different apartment complexes, get a feel for that. Maybe audition a couple of real estate agents. Don't just sign up with the first one who's charming. You know, it's like this type of thing. You get what I am saying, Sag. And then you will move toward the natural process of commitment here. This is beautiful. I also feel for some of you, a timeline is getting speeded up. Timeline is getting speeded up, especially if this has to probably do with a literal marriage. Like some of you, maybe you have been dating somebody seriously already, and you kind of feeling like it's going to be a marriage, but you may get surprised maybe in August with this Eight of Wands where that timeline gets sped up. You could get married sooner than what you're thinking right now, if that situation is in your life currently. Capricorn, Jupiter in Cancer, your 7th house of other people, relationships, both business and personal. So this could be opportunities for you to join forces with someone, either in a personal relationship, like, you know, meeting somebody you actually like and want to date, or tying the knot, or healing maybe some sort of relationship with the family. That's possible also. Or it could be some sort of business connection and joining your forces with another person to expand and grow the business. And this doesn't mean you sell your business. You could be partnering with someone, or you just have suddenly a new client who comes in who is very powerful. Jupiter is a powerful energy. Very powerful client or connection that could bring you a lot of other business. That's also very possible with this. So let us see, Capricorn. But it is about other people helping you out. Jupiter. And really, with Jupiter energy, there should not be strings attached. That's Jupiter also. It should be kind, benevolent, and expansive. All right, let us see. Not hidden agendas and, you know, quid pro quo and that type of thing. All right, fire, number 10. Let go of emotional upheaval and embrace the renewal of the present. Wow. Yeah, I mean, most of us are starting to recover from Pluto in our sign from 2008 to November of 2024. Hopefully now we're starting to move away from that upheaval that Pluto caused. We've come to terms with it. We're moving along. We're rebuilding our lives, etc. Okay, which is what this is saying. But the renewal of the present, rising like the phoenix from the ashes, right? And the fire, which is interesting because it's the 7th house. We're talking about Jupiter there. Jupiter rules Sagittarius, a fire sign. So this is about the renewal of, passionate energy, for want of a better expression or description. Renewal that can come from aligned and generous connections. not you do this for me and then I'll do that for you, but somebody who's genuinely kind and caring and sharing energy with you, sharing an opportunity with you, etc. You get what I'm saying? So I think it's possible that your faith in humanity might be restored. It's possible. But remember, it's a general reading. So some of you are like, no way. But there could be, again, a passionate connection. Or it's like you both feel passionately about something. You join forces and it helps create an opportunity. It's like you both feel passionate about, the environment, let's say. You join forces with this other person and you start like some sort of cleanup in your local neighborhood. And then that snowballs into this other thing where it really helps the whole community and more people get involved. That's the type of thing I'm talking about. But it can also be a passion project. Like both of you want to produce this film. Both of you want this TV show to get off the ground. Both of you want this new art exhibit to happen. Whatever. Capricorns are used to being loners for the most part. So it's going to be different for you because this energy is really encouraging you to join forces with another person. Yeah, Eight of Swords. You're like, no way, Stella. No way. But here, look, the Three of Cups. It may not just be one other person. It could be two other people. Three of Cups. You're like, no. Knight of Wands. And the Strength. Okay. So this is what I'm feeling. So the Strength card is showing up, which is your 8th house, Leo, of other people's resources and energy. And we have strong fire also. And we're talking about fire. Both of these are fire energies. This is what I feel. There's going to be something coming in for you. Maybe in Cancer season, next couple of weeks, maybe in the next 3 months even. That's going to bring so much joy and happiness, but you're not going to trust it. This is the thing. You can meet a couple people, you can meet one person, whatever. There's something here, but because you've been burned, 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords from Pluto in Capricorn, you're not trusting this, even though it feels good. You're like, However, you will get out of that and you're going to decide, I'm not going to let my fears run the show. And I'm going to move forward with this because I do feel strongly about this. I would like this joy, happiness, connection with someone else, whether business or personal, to really light up my life. And with the Strength card, like there could be a real strong feeling, a heartfelt connection. Again, it doesn't have to be romantic. It could be you're just both really fired up about this thing that you want to do. And the other thing I would say here too is because Leo's your 8th house, you've gotten burned before because this Leo energy can be that, it's just some strange noise, other people's resources. So there could be power struggles that you've been doing a lot of giving, but the resources you got back from other people were very scarce. 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, like you've been used basically before. You went in with goodwill and people disappointed you. This happens to Capricorn all the time. So that's what I would say here is to get over your own fears. There's some very pure and beautiful energy here. And Jupiter can be a healing energy because Jupiter can bring in the right connections for you. And as long as you're feeling this vibe, as long as there is that purity of intention and of heart, you'll be okay. This is not going to be one of those quid pro quo relationships. It's going to be an alignment of passion and purpose that both of you have, or all of you. I mean, it could be more than one person. But it will take you a little time to trust it, and that's okay. Aquarius, Jupiter is in Cancer, your 6th house of work and well-being. Jupiter may be bringing you opportunities to expand your daily life in some way. You may be taking on new job duties, roles, responsibilities. It could bring a new healer into your life. Or you could embark upon some sort of healing routines or a career in healing, very possible for some of you if that's your jam. But this is very, very, very positive. Sixth house is small pets. There could be a new small pet coming into your life. There could be a benefit through, I believe sixth house is also like aunts and uncles. There could be a benefit coming through them and an opportunity to help them, or they help you in some way. But really it's about your daily habits and routines, especially when it comes to work. So Jupiter will help you kind of rewire your nervous system. Maybe bring ease and flow to your routines, or give you the opportunity to create ease and flow in your routines. All right, let's see. And some of you, it may be because you're going to change a job. Yeah. All right, we have a mountain here. Number 22. Wow. Know that you are protected as you face challenges, but remain cautious. Okay. And Jupiter can be a very protective and benevolent influence. So I feel like there's something here. A mountain can be symbolic of some sort of personal goal. So, and because we're talking about your sixth house, there may be some sort of new goal you have for your career, for your job. Or maybe there's going to be a certain job challenge, but it doesn't mean doom and gloom. You'll get through it. Jupiter is going to help you. One door closes, another door will open. But the only thing with Jupiter is don't count chickens before they're hatched. So this remain cautious is a good thing, to keep in mind. Make sure you have a signed contract in hand. Everything is good to go, before you quit a current job and go to something else. Like make sure everything is signed, sealed, delivered, etc. But you are going to be protected. All right, so let's see what we need to know here about this energy. And the number 22 is on this card, which is Master Builder energy. So you are going to be building something new in your life. You could also be building up your well-being in some way. You could be building up your wellness routines, your physical body, your nutrition. And Jupiter could bring a healer that can help you do that. Two of Wands. The Sun, beautiful. Strength in your heart. The Five of Cups. And the Five of Wands. Okay. There's going to be some sort of probably new beginning for you in August, in 2 months. I am filming this June 13th, so maybe the middle of August. We do have a beautiful Venus-Jupiter conjunction happening in Cancer in the middle of August. And that could bring some sort of new contract, new job offer, new opportunity for your daily life, your career. Doesn't mean you have to leave your current job. It could be coming from your current job. But there could be an opportunity to make more money in some way. There could be an opportunity for a promotion, the Sun, visibility, something like that here with these energies. There could also be you finally meeting, if this is more about your well-being, there could be maybe something you've been dealing with that you're kind of been waiting to find the right person to help you with your wellness journey. And maybe that middle of August period, you find the person who's really finally going to help you shift something. This heal something. This Five of Cups, Five of Wands is you're getting emotionally frustrated because you've been spinning your wheels about something related to either your job or your wellness. But this transit's going to help you. Okay? It's going to help you conquer whatever this mountain is and get you to the other side. All right? And it will come with ease and joy and flow. And the changes that you make during this transit of Jupiter and Cancer are going to be extremely beneficial and healing for you with this Sun and the Strength card. It's like a total reinvigoration of your system, whether we're talking about your daily habits and routines or your wellness. So this is very nice. But this also requires, you're also going to need to drop the struggle with this energy. Five of Cups, Five of Wands. You know how sometimes it's like, and this is just a general statement, it's not about you personally, but sometimes we can resist healing or we stay stuck in energy because we don't want to give up that story. Or it sometimes takes a lot of courage to heal because you have to face your own disappointments or your own lack of motivation or your own stuff. You got to face it. You got to feel it to free it. And sometimes that can be very, very hard. So you're going to be doing that, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're going to be leaving behind this Five of Cups, Five of Wands. And that maybe represents the mountain for you. Stuff you haven't wanted to look at, address, so that you can release it. And so that you can come out the other side and admit, yeah, I got to get another job. This one really, like, I'm not going anywhere. I want success. I'm not climbing the mountain of success at this place. Or, yeah, I really would like to lose this weight or get in better shape with my cardio, because we got heart energy coming out here. You know, whatever. But I got to face the fact that I get nervous going to a gym because I think people are looking at me and judging me. You know, it's like that type of thing. It's whatever. But you're going to do it. You're going to find the right solution in hand. I think, again, middle of August could be a pivotal time for you to do so. And Pisces, Jupiter is in your 5th house of love, romance, creativity, taking a risk, taking a chance, pleasure. It's also the house of hotels. So is a weekend away at a spa maybe on your agenda? You're going to save your pennies for that. Could be a good thing. Jupiter could, I would encourage you, okay? I would encourage you, Pisces, to enter any legitimate contests for trips or travel or spa treatments or like pleasure things, whatever pleasure means for you, because you could be lucky. You could get lucky and win something that would be just joyful to do. It's possible with Jupiter transiting the 5th house, which is the house of luck. So, but it's also the house of those other things. So Jupiter brings opportunities and possibilities, but it is always up to us to say yes or no. And of course, Jupiter is no guarantee of anything, but he usually brings at least something. At least something. Ooh, lovers. You got number 18. You got lovers. Yeah, you could have a new lover if you're in the mood for that. But this card is saying there are 2 paths ahead. Be true to yourself. That's what the card is saying. So it's like very much like the Lover's card in tarot. It's not just about lovers. It's also about a path. Which way are you going to go? There's options. So let us see what you need to know about it. Let's pull some tarot. 2 paths ahead. Be true to yourself, Pisces. And of course, Saturn is going to retrograde back into your sign September 1st until Valentine's Day, February 14th, 2026. So the Saturn retrograde time may have you rethinking, again, being true to yourself. Am I doing the right thing by myself? Am I being responsible to my hopes and wishes and dreams and my pleasure and my personal growth and what I need? The 5th house is your heart space, what I need to feel good and to feel glowy and happy, all the things, right? Let us see. Ace of Coins, Knight of Coins, Magician in your heart, the Temperance, and the 6 of Wands. Beautiful. Okay. Some of you, there is a marriage coming. It's a marriage, committed partnership. There's a ring involved. That's the Ace of Coins. The Ace of Pentacles here. When would that come? I feel by the end of the year. So like Christmas time, December, Sagittarius, Capricorn energy time. Okay. So some of you, that may be happening. The 5th house is also the house of children, of course. So there could be something here where there could be a pregnancy. And if that fits your life and your age and everything, okay? So I'm going to read this a couple different ways, apply the energies to your life. So you need to know that Jupiter can bring fertility, bounty, blessings. That includes children. It's in Cancer. Hello. Okay. So, of course, the card is 2 paths ahead. Be true to yourself. If that's something you want, great. If it's not, then, you figure that out or take precautions or whatever you're doing. So just know that also. But The other thing I feel here too is it's your 5th house of your heart space, of what makes you feel happy. And it's a very creative house, the 5th house. So this Ace of Coins, Knight of Coins, there's been maybe something you've been wanting to do for a while. It may be something that you do as a hobby that you want to actually monetize and turn into a business. Some sort of gift or talent that you have, magician in your heart. It could be art, it could be musicianship, filmmaking, baking, tarot. I mean, whatever, that you love, that is you're passionate about. But maybe you've just been doing it casually as a hobby. Some of you are going to start with this transit, entrepreneurship. That is the 5th house also of the entrepreneur. Again, it may happen more toward the end of the year, or you get all the pieces ready by the end of the year so that you launch it. It's visible. 6 of Wands. You put yourself out there. So there's something here where you're going to start something where you're really going to put yourself out there and be visible. 6 of Wands. But it may take a little time to kind of get your ball rolling, and that's okay. But you are passionately committed to it with this Magician and the Ace of Coins here. But I would say don't overthink it either. You already have what you need in your hand, the Knight of Coins, which is your talent, the Magician. The rest will fall into place. The systems, the containers, or whatever you're going to be doing, it will fall into place. This is your 10th house of career here, Temperance. So you could be starting something that turns into a career for yourself that initially started as a hobby. Now, we don't have to monetize all our passions. Of course not. Okay. But some of you may be doing that during this transit. But be true to yourself if that's really what you want to be doing. But I feel like some of you are going to be at a crossroads. Some of you are saying yes to the dress. Some of you are saying, I'm saying yes to my creative dreams. And I do think there might be an either or, might be, because there's a lot of individual energy showing up here. The Ace of Coins and the Magician and even the 6 of Wands. And that's also what's kind of coming out in this card about being true to yourself. So there may be things here in this Jupiter, Cancer, area of your chart of what's right for me first and foremost. And maybe this is not going to be a year for romance. It could be if you want, but maybe you're like, you know what? No, I really want to work on my money. I want to work on monetizing. I want to start a business. Okay, great. You got that energy too. Be true to yourself. Whatever you're doing in the year ahead, as long as it's true to you and it feeds your energy of what you enjoy, it makes you feel proud. It makes you feel like you're bringing all your energy to the table. It makes you feel in flow. It makes you feel like you're growing something, that you're not stagnating, that you're building something for the long term, that you can be proud of, and that is spiritually aligned with you, Temperance. There you go. Then that's your answer. But this is very nice. So thank you so much for joining me for your Jupiter in Cancer Oracle Tarot card reading, tapping into the energies. Remember to check out my blog posts where I dive a little deeper into this transit. Links are in the description if you feel so inclined to learn a little bit more. And if you like the video, want to give it a thumbs up, share it out with people, that would be really great. It really helps my YouTube channel with algorithms and gets the video out to more people who could benefit from its messages. So I thank you very, very much for that. And yeah, let me know in the comments, what are you most excited about and looking forward to with this Jupiter in Cancer transit? I would love to hear. Love you guys. Take care. I will see you again soon. Stella Wilde, signing out.